All right, so we're going to be starting with a champagne today. This is by Maurice Grumier. I'm actually really excited for this champagne. It's made in a Solera method, which is normally used in sherry. That's where we hear the big Solera style. In the sherry method, it's where you have basically a pyramid of barrels, and the youngest wines are on top, and they make their way down to the bottom, and you bottle the bottom row of barrels. So it's forever old. Whenever the Solera started is kind of, you have wines from all the way back there, which is really fascinating. It really gives unique flavor profile. It's also a very expensive way when we're talking about aging these wines. So this wine is actually made in that way. The other big name, Jacques Solos, they make a wine that's aged very similarly. Now that can cost you $300, $400, $500. So very expensive champagne, very lovely. But this is a really nice ode to that style as well. So this Solera was started in 2005. So we have about 40% of the wine came from that reserve Solera. And then 60% came from the 2019 vintage. This is a traditional blend of the grapes. So we have the equal parts Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier. We call that just traditional blend. Those are the three grapes used in champagne. You see Blanc de Blancs, that's 100% Chardonnay. Blanc de Noir is normally just Pinot Noir. So super excited for you all to try this. This is going to be a very round example of what champagne can really do. So cheers, y'all. On the nose, it definitely gives off that non-vintage kind of multiple year profile. So we have a nice round nose as those bubbles hit you. With champagne, it's always nice when you're getting the nose of the wine is to kind of hold it at an angle and move your nose up and down. Because the more delicate aromas are going to kind of pull at the top, while the more prominent ones are going to be down on the bottom. So when you move your nose up and down, you're able to get all of the elements. So at the base of this wine, I get a lot of that toasted brioche, toasted almond, things of that nature. Those really round, kind of buttery characteristics. And at the top, I'm getting a lot more of that florality and fruit notes to it. So that peach, a little bit of pineapple. I get a really lovely like baked pear element in this wine. And it does have a nice florality to it. So I'm getting more like white rose, things of that nature. But very delicious on the nose. I'm very excited to try it. On the palate, really, really well balanced. This wine has a nice, you can tell it's seen some oak. It's got that round, buttery texture to it. But it also has a nice balancing acidity to match that. So it's still very, very bright on your palate. This is a really great wine for, if you were wanting to do seafood pairings with this. It'd go great with oysters. Also, one of my secret, super favorite pairings across the whole wine industry is actually champagne and French fries, or champagne and fried chicken. I really love champagne and fried chicken, and this would be a really great pairing with this specific champagne. So cheers, y'all. This is a really beautiful example of a champagne made in a very unique method.